Hey everyone! Today we're going to take a closer look at a topic that affects us all: the complex and often troubling relationship between medicine and big business. Our guide on this journey is the eye opening book, On the Take: How Medicine's Complicity with Big Business Can Endanger Your Health, by Jerome Kassirer. Imagine walking into a medical conference expecting to see the latest advancements in healthcare. Instead, you're greeted by a scene that looks more like a Hollywood set. Beautiful people from pharmaceutical, biotechnology, and device companies are handing out freebies left and right. 15 years ago, it might have been a pen or a notepad. Today, it's high-end gadgets, personalized placards, and even free cholesterol checks. Doctors are lining up, sometimes pushing and shoving, to get their hands on these goodies. It's a scene that would leave most people outside of medicine utterly dazzled. But here's the catch: these free gifts come at a cost. When doctors accept these items, they often surrender a bit of their privacy and identify themselves as potential targets for future promotions. The bigger the gift, the more information they have to provide about their practice. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the influence of big business on medicine. The book paints a picture of a profession where financial conflicts of interest are rampant. Physicians are offered all expense-paid trips to exotic locations, free Palm Pilots, and dinners at top restaurants. In exchange, they are expected to participate in various sponsored events, often with the subtle understanding that they will promote the company's products. One particularly striking example is Dr. Robert E. Reisman, who received numerous invitations from pharmaceutical companies offering incentives for attending events. Some of these invitations were hard to resist: a trip to Cancun, a free Palm Pilot, and dinners at fine restaurants. But the real cost was the expectation that he would become a paid speaker for the company, promoting their drugs to other physicians. This is not an isolated incident. Many doctors are recruited to be part of company-sponsored speakers panels, where they are paid to give lectures on behalf of the company. The obligations of reciprocity, the fear of being removed from the speaker's list, and the subtle pressure to promote the sponsor's products can all influence a physician's judgment. The book also delves into the impact of these financial conflicts on medical decisions. Take, for example, the case of Dr. Charles Field, an internal medicine specialist who admitted that dinners and gifts influenced the drugs he prescribed. He claimed that this influence was only marginal, but the fact remains that his prescribing habits were swayed by the perks he received. This is not just about pens and notepads. It's about the subtle ways in which financial incentives can influence a doctor's decisions. In some cases, doctors may be tempted to prescribe more expensive drugs or unnecessary treatments because of the financial benefits they receive. This is particularly concerning in fields like oncology, where the financial incentives for administering chemotherapy can be substantial. Continuing medical education, or CME, is another area where the influence of big business is deeply felt. Pharmaceutical companies spend millions of dollars on CME, often sponsoring events and providing free education to doctors. While this might seem like a good thing, it raises questions about the objectivity of the information being presented. The book highlights the case of Dr. Douglas Wad, who criticized the practice of accepting free lunches and questioned the line between education and marketing. His comments sparked a huge response, with some doctors insisting that they could not be influenced by such trivial things. But studies show that physicians are, in fact, influenced by gifts and pharmaceutical promotions. The book also explores the darker side of self-interest in medicine. Greed can sometimes triumph over service to others, and the book provides examples of doctors who have been accused of promoting certain products without disclosing their financial ties. These doctors may genuinely believe that they are not being influenced, but the evidence suggests otherwise. The concept of reciprocity plays a significant role here. When doctors accept gifts, they often feel an obligation to reciprocate, even if it's just a subconscious feeling. This can lead to a subtle bias in their prescribing habits, as they may be more likely to prescribe drugs from companies that have given them gifts or sponsored their events. The implications of these financial conflicts are far-reaching. They taint medical information, lead to excessive costs, and result in inappropriate medical decisions. The public's trust in the medical profession is at stake, and the book argues that the profession must do more to address these issues. The author suggests that the medical community should adopt stricter guidelines and regulations to manage financial conflicts of interest. This includes full disclosure of financial arrangements, limits on the acceptance of gifts, and the elimination of certain types of financial ties altogether. In conclusion, On the Take is a powerful reminder of the challenges facing the medical profession today. The influence of big business is pervasive, and the potential for conflicts of interest is ever present. But by shining a light on these issues, we can begin to address them and work towards a more ethical and trustworthy healthcare system. Thank you for joining me on this episode of BrightLearn. I hope this discussion has given you a deeper understanding of the complex forces at play in the world of medicine. If you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to reach out. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.
Visit brightlearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.